Deuteronomy 7:3. Do not intermarry with them. Do not give your daughters to their sons, or take their daughters for your sons, for they will turn your sons away from following me to serve other gods, and the Lord's anger will burn against you and will quickly destroy you. This is what you are to do to them. Break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their idols in the fire. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. One Kings 18:16. Elijah was a prophet, and he told the false prophets, which worked for the queen Jezebel, that were murdering the real prophets. The false prophets were worshiping Baal. So he got them all together and said, well, we'll see if there was a sign from God. The custom, midday, they continued frantic prophesying and then not apparently, but eventually they gave up. They don't have a God. And so then when Elijah took the 12 stones, and for each descendant of Jacob, and then he prayed to God, your name shall be Israel. And with the stones, he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and a trench around a large enough to hold something seeds. Anyway, so he arranged this, and then Elijah stepped forward and prayed, O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known that today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant and have done all these things in your command. The water, and when all the people saw this, they fell and cried, and the Lord, to the Lord, He is God, the Lord, He is God. So then Elijah commanded to seize the prophets of Baal, and King Ahab told his wife Jezebel. Now Ahab told Jezebel everything Elijah had done, and now he had killed all the prophets with the sword. So Elijah had the false prophets, killed. So Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah to say, basically, I'm going to kill you too. May the gods deal with me, be it ever so severely, but by this time tomorrow, if I do not make your life like that of one of them. So Elijah, he fled. And you can read about this in 1 King 18, 1 Kings 26. This is the corner. Jezebel trying to kill all the prophets. But Elijah made it through, and he was taken up to heaven and by God in a whirlwind. So she didn't get him. 2 Kings 9:30. Jezebel killed. So when Jezebel heard about her, first off, her husband and her sons, I think one was left, were killed, and Jehu went to kill her next. So she was looking out the window. As Jehu entered the gate, she asked, "Have you come in peace? Zimri, you murderer of your master." She lied and said that. He looked up at the window and called out, "Who is on my side? Who?" 2 or 3 Enochs looked down at him, threw her down. So they threw her down out of the window. And so anyway, Jehu said, he ate first, and then he said, "Take care of that cursed woman and bury her." But when they went to go try and find her, all they could find was her feet and her hands. They went back and told him that the dogs ate her. They found nothing except her skull, her feet, and her hands. They went back and told Jehu, "This is the word of the Lord that he spoke through his servant Elijah the Tishbite. On the plot of ground at Jezreel, dogs will devour Jezebel's flesh. Jezebel's body will be like refuse on the ground in the plot of Jezreel, so that no one will be able to say, 'This is Jezebel.'" Revelation 17:3. So John was carried in spirit, and there he saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns, the beast that she was sitting on. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls, and she held a gold cup in her hand filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. This title was written on her forehead: "Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and the abominations of the earth." I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of the saints, the blood of those who bore testimony to Yeshua. Asherah poles symbolized a Canaanite mother moon goddess, demon, forbidden for the Israelites to worship along with altars. Deuteronomy 7:5. 2 Samuel 2:2 through 13:35. King David's 4th wife, Maacah, was a non-Jewish woman. This is why in Deuteronomy I read was to not intermarry with them. She was the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur, located near the kingdom of Aram or Syria. Maacah had a son from King David named Absalom. He was the 3rd-born son. He rebelled against his father, King David, was killed in battle, was the father of Maacah II. Maacah II went on to marry King Solomon's son, Rehoboam. He was also born from a non-Hebrew/Jewish woman. They were cousins. Rehoboam made Israel rebel against the house of David. Rehoboam lapsed into idolatry since his mother greatly influenced her children. In 1 Kings 14:21, Jezebel, the daughter of Ithabal, king of the Sidonians, worshipped Baal, a false god. She married Ahab, king of Israel, son of King Amari. She cursed her whole family with idolatry and the killing of God's prophets. See how the Jezebel spirit went all the way over here to Revelations? It's the same story. So she cursed her whole family and she died and she fell. But after she fell to her death, she body jumped into another queen's body named Herodias, and made an order out on John the Baptist to be beheaded in Matthew 14. Revelation 18, the fall of Babylon. She isn't just one woman. Babylon isn't just one country. It is a whole bunch of people with the Jezebel spirit from all the way back in the day till now that are doing bad and worshiping, doing black magic, and killing God's people. So fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a home for demons and a haunt for every evil spirit, a haunt for every unclean and detestable bird. For all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. Rejoice over her, O heaven. Rejoice, saints and apostles and prophets. God has judged her for the way she treated you. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a large millstone and threw it into the sea and said, with such violence, the great city of Babylon will be thrown down, just like Jezebel was thrown down. This time for good. By your magic spell, all the nations were led astray. In her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all who have been killed on the earth. The fall of Babylon, Revelation 18:2. Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins. Woe, woe, O great city of Babylon, city of power. In 1 hour your doom has come. Woe, woe, O great city, dressed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. Woe, woe, O great city, where all who had ships on the sea became rich through her wealth. In 1 hour she has been brought down to ruin.